My first question for you, I know that you're kind of debuting a new warehouse. Is that correct?
Yeah, so this is day 50, as you know, of the war. So I've been here basically the entire time. Probably have not slept more than 4 or 5 hours a night since, so I'm exhausted. We've set up three major warehouses and hubs. So what we have in Doral, Florida, we have the equivalent of about 10 of those altogether with space throughout Poland and in Hungary now.
So now having those spaces in Europe on the ground, how is that going to help your distribution of supplies?
Well, it's like the difference between Uber and taxi cab industry, right? So setting up the infrastructure to be able to receive all the aid is probably the most important thing right now. We have 2,050 pallets arriving just from Miami on Friday here, and that's a lot. You need a lot of pallet spaces to be able to hold that, and trucks, and to be able to get that kind of aid in there. It's the equivalent of about 80 18-wheeler trucks that are just arriving. You can imagine 80 18-wheeler trucks of just supplies from Miami. So that's going to make a big impact. Meanwhile, we've been working with some airlifted supplies, but mostly supplies from American companies that have subsidiary companies in Europe that have been shipping it to us directly.
And I understand you had a roundtable. Did that already happen? Or is that?
Yeah, we had a very interesting roundtable with delegates, basically 14 very important world figures, six former EU presidents, and some foreign ministers, very prominent people that were there, just brainstorming on how everybody in the world can come together and really support this type of effort. It was nice to have them at our GEM headquarters for them to see firsthand, the scale of what we're doing. I've had to really shift my entire life here. I've had to basically move here on the spot. I packed from Miami literally 49 days ago with a suitcase for a week, and now I live here and have an apartment here. That's how serious the situation. Unlike a hurricane where, you show up the day after the hurricane and you make your plans and preparations and you can go back and forth. Here we're stuck here because the hurricane is ongoing. This is like the slow moving hurricane that we have no idea when it's gonna basically go away. It could be in a month and it could be in 5 years for all we know.
What have been your biggest challenges and what additional resources, if any, do you need right now?
Yeah, the biggest challenge is getting aid inside Ukraine into the occupied areas. That's very, very difficult. Thank God for partners such as Aerial Recovery Group, consists of former Green Berets and really high-level military professionals that have been able to actually get aid into even Donbas regions and way out east, Mariupol and everything. And that's where people, just bringing them a Gatorade and food will probably save their lives. It's on that level of importance.
Gatorade and just a little bit of food. That's just incredible to hear. And someone who's here from Miami, Florida, halfway across the world, you've been there 50 days, you've mentioned. What is it that keeps you going through this process?
The responsibility that I have here is by far the greatest responsibility in my entire life. It's almost as if every single disaster that I've ever, been involved in has been the experience leading up to this moment in time. This is a very serious situation. At any point in time, things change and shift, and you have to, readapt, move around, and there's so much suffering on every single level. It's honestly unimaginable. I mean, just today we were visiting a shelter, for example, and that shelter had 3,500 people sleeping basically there for the last month on a cot. It might not look like a big deal, right? It looks like a big shelter that we may have in the United States, but that is probably 0.01% of the actual big story. In Poland alone, you have over 2.5 million people in those type of situations. Can you imagine? Imagine the people we had like after Hurricane Katrina that were in that auditorium, in that shelter. Multiply that by 2.5 million people. That's the Poland story of what's going on inside. Inside Ukraine, you have easy 10 million people who their homes have been basically bombed, and they are basically trying to figure out a way from a bombed area to another area. And when they get to that new area, that area has zero resources. It's very difficult to get resources in there. So these people are without any bare living resources at all in an overcrowded situation, freezing to death. It is extremely cold here. And there is just no possible way someone like me, that's a humanitarian, could just go back to Miami now and live a nice life. It's impossible. This is a 20-hour a day situation.
What do you want people back here in Florida to take away from your experience, and what can they do to help?
I want them to know how grateful I am. I mean, the Miami community has come through on such a level. It's incredible. We've had 50, 100 volunteers, all going at our Doral headquarters. And the 2,050 pallets that are in transit right now that are arriving this week are really mostly from Miami donors and stuff. And it's incredible. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with a situation of this scale, it's a drop in the bucket. And 80 trucks will be inside Ukraine in probably 1 week. And this is a very serious situation. We need help from every angle. Every company in Miami needs to come and try to do something. I assure you, I've been on the ground in so many different disasters. This is beyond anything that you can imagine. This is basically, it looks to me like what I've studied as a repeat of World War II. The atrocities, the deaths, the injuries, what people are going through here. It cannot be left unsettled, and everybody has to come together and try to help in this situation.
If somebody does want to donate, where can they do that?
At globalempowermentmission.org, we have a special page called Ukraine Crisis, and there we show our stats every day, every other day. It's updated. The amount of things that we've been able to do with God's help has been absolutely incredible. We've relocated over 13,000 people, bought them plane tickets, moved them, set them with different families. We've gotten 68 truckloads of supplies inside Ukraine already. We have so many different programs, African student program. It's just, it's incredible how many people have joined forces with us to help us in these smart partnerships. And we're just going to keep doing our very best to try to assist until this takes a different chapter.
Michael, is there anything I haven't asked you about that you would like to add?
I want to thank our, main partners, Bethany Frankel, and our, incredible sponsors, Good 360. I mean, without them, we really couldn't do this. And the amount of awareness that's been shed because of, news stations like yourselves is really key to letting people, really understand what's happening here. We didn't have this, right, obviously, in World War II, and things were hidden for a long time from the public. And now people could see it, but the big question is, what are they going to do about it?
Well, I appreciate you talking to us. This is an incredibly important topic. I know a lot of people have been watching closely, and thank you so much for all of the hard work you've done out there. It's not go unnoticed.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.